A very common scenario is when user needs to verify their email address before they can access certain parts of our application. So now we're going to implement this functionality that the users will be required to verify their email address after registration. Laravel Fortify already provides us with such functionality, and all we have to do to enable it is to open up fortify.php file and uncomment this line that says email verification. Next one, we'll have to implement an interface called must verify email. By our user eloquent model, I'm gonna add this implementation right here. On the next step, let's specify which blade template is going to contain the message that will say to the user that he needs to verify his email address before accessing certain parts of our application. So to do it, I'm going to call verify email view method on the Fortify class. And right here, let's specify the template that will contain the message to verify email. I'm gonna call it verify email. And now let's create this view. I'm gonna put it inside of auth folder, just like all other views related to authentication and registration. And now let's copy over the whole content of the register view, paste it into verify email. Right here, let's change the heading of this template on verify email. In this view, we actually don't need any form inputs. All we have to do is just put a couple of buttons. I'm going to add button to logout into this form. Let's not forget and also include CSRF token in here. Change button label on logout. I'm also going to apply proper CSS classes to this button and take it from another view, paste it onto this button. And now we're gonna create another button in here that will be responsible for sending another verification email to the user. Laravel Fortify already registers a road that is responsible for handling this request to submit another email verification link, and this road is called verification.send. I'm going to change these CSS classes to make this button look different from logout button. And the label will say resend verification email. Let's put some text onto this page that will say that email verification link has been sent to the user. And if the user is going to request another email verification link, in case he has lost the previous one, we're going to use session directive and check if status variable exists. We're going to display another message that will say a new email verification link has been emailed to you, and that will happen when the user will manually click on send verification email button to submit another email verification link. Alright, now we're going to make this profile road inaccessible for users who haven't yet verified their email addresses. And to do it, we'll need to add another middleware to this profile road that is called verified. I'm gonna put this middleware name right next to the auth middleware. And as I already said before, verification.send road is responsible for handling the request to send another email verification link. We can open up terminal and filter all the roads by verification name. Here we can see a couple of roads. The first one with the name verification.send is responsible for handling request to submit new verification link. And now if we're going to refresh profile page, we will end up on this view. This is our verify email blade template that says that we have to verify our email address first before accessing profile road. And even if we will try to access profile page directly, we're still going to be redirected to this view. So now I'm going to click resend verification email button, and we're supposed to receive an email with verification link. Let's open up our sandbox. In here we can see our new email, which contains the link to verify email. And now in the database, if we'll take a look inside of users table, there is a column called email verified yet, which will contain the date when the user has verified his email address. So now that this column is filled, that means that our email is verified. So now let's remove this user from the database and register the new one. I'm going to quickly fill in this registration form, and after pressing the register button, we will end up on the email verification view right away. So the profile page is not yet accessible. Let's open up our sandbox. Here we can see the new email which contains email verification link. And before verifying our email, let's open up database and make sure that email verified at column is empty for now. And the moment I'm going to click this link to verify email, sure enough, this column will be filled with email verification date. And if I will manually remove this date from this column, our email will not be verified anymore, and that is why we're seeing this email verification view in the browser again. I will do another quick improvement to this page, particularly to the logout button, because when hovering over this button, the cursor doesn't change its look. So I'm going to add cursor pointer class to this button in order for cursor to change its look when hovering over logout button. Now let's talk about how we can modify certain parts of verification email. And to change some things inside this email, let's open up App Service Provider and write the following. I'm going to call toMail using method on the verify email class. This method takes the callback with a couple of params, and this callback has to return an object of mail message type. And we can call a couple of methods on this class in order to modify some parts of verification email. For example, by using subject method, we can override subject of the email. By using line method, we can modify the text of this email. And finally, by using action method, we can modify the label of the verification button. This method also accepts URL as a second param, so let's add it in here. So I have added exclamation mark to the verification button, and now let's see if these changes will take effect. I'm going to resend email verification link, open up sandbox, and as you can see now, email verification button contains exclamation mark. Alright, let's press this button to verify our email and make sure that email verification date has been saved into the database. And that's about it for the email verification functionality. At the end, I'm going to remove this statement for modification verification email. And let's finish this lesson. Link to the source code of this project will be, as always, in the video description.